keep the content relevant. We're going to keep it localized and current, so that you may use examples from the newspaper that's going on, or in the community that is going on as of that day or of that week, or any world events also help to keep the content current. But ultimately, you're trying to keep it relevant for the company that you're presenting it to, or the individuals. People learn in different ways. So during a 2-day course or even a 1-day course, we would use a bunch of different techniques to make sure we address all of the different learning styles of the people that are in our training. And that would include print, so we would get people to read. We would have audio, so we would get people to listen. We would have visual, so that we would get them to watch videos. And we would have kinetic, which is hands-on exercises to help stimulate the mind and include or increase retention. We have 3 areas of knowledge that we try to cover in every class as well. There's always technology, business relevancy, which leads to personal development. And the personal development is ultimately what we're trying to teach. We're framing it up in a business case so that there's a return on investment for either the individual that's taken the training or the business that's paying for the training. But the personal development of the person, the personal development of the individual, actually takes the value back to the company, and that's where the investment in training actually sees an ROI. We are also providing multiple levels of learning in each body of knowledge area, so that the apprentice can become a craftsman, and the craftsman becomes a master once they've actually experienced, learned, and put into play the information that they've learned, or the skills that they're learning, or the skills that we're training. One of the other concepts that we're working on is that we want to move from amotivation, which is the concept of people have to take the training because they're forced to take the training, to extrinsic motivation, which is a lot of the business people that come to see us now. They're taking the training so that they can get ahead, so that they can get a reward, so that they can get a new promotion, a new job. And ultimately, we want to get to the intrinsic motivation, which is the love of learning, the love of lifelong learning, and to learn for the sake of learning. We also want to localize the content to make it globally accessible. So what that means is we want it easily accessible and priced appropriately, so as a guaranteed return on investment every time. So a company in Halifax would not be paying the same price as a company in Toronto necessarily, and certainly a company in a small town in India would not be paying the same price either. But because of the actual economy of that local area, the trainer or the training organization wouldn't have to charge as much because their overhead would be less, their income expectations would be less. So we can actually price based on the size of the group, the size of the company, the individual preferences of the trainer, as well as the localized economy. And that's that.